Hello my friends, this is Kathleen Maurer at Be Again Books, and I welcome you to my studio today. I am excited to show you this finished journal. It is a layered journal. There are layers from this beautiful cover through the edges all the way through the journal. It's filled with layers, and that's because I have been participating in the August Junk Journal collaboration with Raindrop Lila and 31 other creators who've been doing prompts day by day. And today is my day. Day 18 layers. That's me. And you can imagine that I was so excited when that prompt was available and I could claim it. So I have done this whole journal based on layers, and today I'm excited to show you how I turn those layers into a collection that just makes you want to keep exploring over again. And so I started with the cover this time, and I loved the beautiful colors that Lidia had in her collection. And I went looking for a cover that would match them, and I found this one. And it's a nice cover. It has this beautiful book cloth on it, and it matches perfectly the color palette that Lidia has. And so I created the journal based on this cover. I ended up with 3 signatures, which is probably one more than I should have, because you can see that it ended up as a gator mouth, and I don't like that, but I love the way it looks. So it just is what it is. It just kind of got away from me, but I have used these pretty pieces from the kit and some vintage ephemera. You can see these little blue chip stamps here. I've done my regular beaded closure with this pretty gold button, and let me take you inside to see these wonderful layers. So the journal has 19 pockets and tucks, but 9 of them were created deliberately and built in layers, so it travels throughout the whole journal. I loved this little this darling little toddler girl here in the front, this vintage book page. I've done some splattering and sponging kind of on different pages throughout. This is just an initial lovely page here, and I've just made this card. Fun to write on it, maybe with a white gel pen, and a journaling card with some layers here to journal. This is just a pretty paper from the kit. There's more layers here, vintage stationery, and just a coffee-dyed index card. This is my favorite thing. You know that. If you've followed me at all, I love to make layers in these short pages. And it's just something that I always do in my journals. I've put some punches here in the corner to accent and create another layer underneath. I have used this sticker from the Dollar Tree. It is a dimensional layered sticker. I have 4 layers here with the chalked background, the stamping, and the sticker. Here's another layered element, just a flip out with a short page that locks here with this flip out, and I've done this pretty collage on there. Some more collage here. I've used collage on a lot of the blank pages to just create that feeling of extravagant layers. This is a little layered pocket with some embossing, and I've sanded it on this beautiful digital page, and one of the tags that we made together with just some ephemera, little cigarette card, wildflowers. There's a little layered edge, charm, some book page, and another little layered center, collaged card, some embossing. This is a little layered tag, just with the little notebook. I've seen this done before, and that just slides down and the layers kind of hang over the edge. This little embossed glassine bag and a collaged tag. Some scrap watercolor paper. Some pretty washi tape here on this beautiful page. This is, I have done this before in my journals. The idea came from Gail Agostinelli. She did one time what she called a cage belly band, and I just thought that was so cute, that idea. And in this case, I have not made it a belly band, but a pocket. I have glued along this side as a stop. So there's that layer, and then you can just put other pieces here in the front, layered up, and can make it, you know, different. So this one, let's tuck that in there, and you can begin to see all the layers that make up that. I think that's so cute. Thanks to Gail for that idea. And then here's just some washi tape, more, another one of those layers. This is kind of a nod to Lidia and her beautiful layered paper designs. She does it so well, and so I just have created this layered pocket with the flap of an envelope. You'll see that it flips out, and then I've just layered up the papers as Lidia might have done, and created this layered pocket. Some lace, the little butterflies, creates a tuck, and then this is a flip out envelope. So here's just a little vintage note card and little collage there. So this just flips out from this short, and I like these. I call them a locking envelope, because if I tuck these little shorts in so I can have some hidden journaling, then this envelope just locks over those pages. This is a layered corner pocket tuck. It's made with a junk mail envelope, and I just have, again, created more layers here in this cluster kind of collage here. This fits right over this page, and then I have created this little tuck spot. So there's room to tuck papers underneath there and there as well. And on this side, I didn't tuck anything in here because there's that little sweet little toddler again framed in that picture. Isn't this a beautiful page? I really love this floral design. Really lovely. Okay, here I have folded over a dog ear, created a little layered cluster there, some splatter, and I just love, again, the layers of all of those papers. another one here on this side with this little collage here in the corner and some journaling space there. Here is the tag that we made together with all of the layers. And this fabric layers over here, the little leaf charm. Some cabbage dyed paper. Again, this is what I love with the shorts, creating these little short layered pages. This is one of Lydia's papers, printed on both sides. I love that. And so lots of journaling space here. And then I just have that folded up into kind of a fancy fold. And that just tucks over this short page. Vintage postcard, 1912. And that balances this busy floral page from a flower book. This is the first, I'm anxious to show you this page because what I did was I wanted to mimic the digital image, and so this is a dimensional interpretation of Lydia's page. So it's not exact. You can see that it's not exact, but I have taken her layered collage page and then recreated that in this pocket. So I have a pocket here in the back. This is, again, one of the tags that we created and detailed. So that goes in the back. And then any ephemera I add to the pocket, it just makes it, you know, more layered. So I have the actual lace here. I have actual, you know, paper here at the bottom. And then this part is another pocket that goes all the way down to here. So a little bit of dimension here as I tried to glue so that would leave kind of a shadow there. Yeah, I love that. I was going to do that on a second page and it just got too thick. So I wanted to leave room for writing, obviously, because that's what I do. This is a beautiful center signature, and I have created this little flip out element. So lots of journaling space here in this little booklet, and then that just all tucks in over here on the side. And then this is also layered with embossing and some paper and one of the fussy cuts. This also creates a pocket on this side. Nothing in there currently because this just got so thick. Here I just have done a little tab, and on this side a little embellishment here. This is an around the page layered book. I do these pockets in my journals a lot. So if we take out the ephemera, you can see that I've done the base around the page, and then I've added another strip here to create a second pocket. On this side, I've done this little collage, and I've added, this is just a little vintage note paper, and the colors match, and just a little room to journal there on this little button card. So I've made a tab here on this side, and then on this side I have included, this is just a fold out journal card with this layer on top. And this is a piece of ephemera from the kit. And that goes in there too. Another little short page. The cabbage dyed page. My daughter Gwen made these, or my granddaughter Gwen made these papers for me. Here is another extravagantly layered pocket. So let me take out all of the ephemera and you can see the construction of this pocket. So I started with one large pocket here in the back with just a paper, and then have layered this book page, left room to do some stamping there, and then finished off with this layer over here on the right and some collage. So I have just an embellished index card that fits there, and just two little journal cards that fit in this pocket. I don't have a large tag here, but you could put some paper or anything you like in that big pocket. Here's the beginning of the third signature. I have this little lace tab here, and that just becomes part of the whole waterfall for the edges. And this was the second page that I was going to do another dimensional interpretation. But the journal just got so big, so I did not. I loved this. I love this. This is my favorite image of the whole collection. And I would have built that up with real lace here underneath and this pretty layered pocket, and used it as a tuck. But I think that she looks nice just by herself. And so, sometimes you just need to know when to stop. And I already was pushing the envelope with this, so I really loved. This is a music book page, vintage, and this is a really beautiful envelope. It's got some calligraphy here on the address. It's 1925, and I have just a vintage piece of ephemera there with journaling space on the back. I've done this little layered, it's a colored tea bag with the fussy cut, and then I just have the letter that was in the envelope, and another piece of vintage ephemera there. So I just, again, am trying to kind of mimic the way Lidia has designed her pages to create these layers on my own. This is a beautiful digital collage page, and I have just added to it with some physical collage here. There's a little tag that is bound in. Some avocado dye, again, from my granddaughter, Gwen. This is kind of like a full page collage with some room then to journal on this page. So this is like, it's like this page. There's room to journal, and then I've just done these collages. Here's the center with this beautiful, another layered collaged page, digital page as a foundation. I've done this cute cluster, and that's also a tuck. And then I've made, this is an embossed and sanded belly band. And I've taken some of my manuscript onion skin from Diane's book. And there's lots of journaling space here on the back. And then I've just done this layered mixed media stamping and splatters. And so that fits here and becomes part of this larger collage. I will have to find where that goes. Here's the layered pocket, the paper pile-up pocket that we did, that I published last week, and I just like the way that turned out. Just all these layers of papers, and then you can tuck additional ephemera in, and it just keeps piling up as, you know, as thick as you want to go. And there's room behind as well. And again, a little bit of a rest for your eyes as we hit some of these journal pages. A little bit. Oh, this is pretty. This is just some paper piercing. I took a needle and pierced through those scallops. Some more collage here on this collage page. And this is another cute pocket, I think. It has this pretty collaged centerpiece, but it is two strips, like scraps on the side, and then this bridges that. And then there's this pretty dark journaling tag behind. There's the other side of that music book. And finally, one more tag that we made. This has the little stamps on it and the little pocket here. And that's the end. Thank you, Lydia, for organizing this August collaboration and for giving me the perfect prompt for this journal. You can follow the collaboration links below to see how the other creators have interpreted their prompts for the collab. And I'd love to know how you enjoy using layers in your journals, and hope that you found some ideas for your own projects. This journal will be listed on my Etsy for sale, and I will see you again with an entirely new project. Bye-bye.